Hello, my name is Isaiah Tate, and first and foremost, I'd like to thank CSU East Bay for considering me as a future graduate student in its speech and language pathology program. What is one goal that I have set for myself? Well, I describe myself as a very ambitious person. In my lifetime, I've set many goals for myself, but ultimately, the biggest goal I've ever set has been acquiring Spanish as a second language. And so how did I go about achieving that goal? Well, besides just studying the language in itself, taking Spanish courses, I would say I put myself in many situations in which I had to use my Spanish. Even situations I would describe as being uncomfortable, perhaps in which I found myself to be the only non-native speaker. And yes, they were daunting, but at the time I knew it was important for my language acquisition. For example, at UC Santa Cruz, I began taking advanced courses that weren't necessarily Spanish courses per se, but they had their own distinct topics, and the classes were just held in Spanish. Or when I moved abroad to Spain to immerse myself in the language, in which I found myself in many situations just like that. Where I had to open up a bank account or find an apartment. So that is how I went about acquiring the language. And did I ever achieve the goal? I would say yes and no, because while I am proud to say I've reached a highly proficient level in Spanish, anyone who has spent the time learning a second language will know that it is more or less an ongoing process. I feel that I am always learning new words, and that I'm always learning new ways to express myself. And if there's anything I have learned in the process, I would say that besides just learning so much about the language in itself, is that for anyone that establishes such a large goal, such as learning a second language or whatever, my piece of advice would be to just enjoy the process and not think of it so much as an end destination. Okay, because that is going to only lead to feelings of discouragement and frustration. And if you just enjoy the day-to-day process, things will go much easier. So, thank you.